Monday ndi machero vhuḓi vho ṱanganedza kha mbekanya mushumo washu wa shift dzina langa ndi Fika Mupombe ndi tshi pfufhedza uri vha khou ḓo itakala nga maanḓa show yashu musi. It's a beautiful Monday.
It's a stunning Monday. Happy Mandela Day.
Happy Mandela Day.
Happy Mandela Day. Waya nix maboya.
Ke Monday rata gore bontsi ba batho ba ya go di interviews ba bang ba ya go ba ilo testa ba nyaka di license tsa bona. Let's hope ora lantsha ditjotjo. Do ratse ba nnete but let's hope ba lantsha ditjotjo.
Okay, fine. Ndasika kosi wethu nobuhle namhlanje nathi ku shift kanti babiza nezinto so shift and sonke maAfrika borokere ka mokarena a rile mfase tlo khona go shift ka mokhornana nka gona re lebeletseng e bokamoso be botsi bela ka ba batho ba ba so especially ba moAfrika borwa.
Alright, namhlanje ke ukuskipha so besikhuluma no Bhutam zositshela ngeMr South Africa which is taking place on Wednesday tlo re botsa gore what are the criteria sa re bua ka Mr South Africa re bua ka motho jwang o kenela ha ona le ngwana ha o sena le ngwana isalwa ka nya combination rena la kana la re phone go 0839133720 o kanya ku Facebook na ku Twitter @shift on SABC 1.
Alright, attention South Africa. I can accept failure. Everyone fails to or at something, but I can't accept not trying again. This is a quote by Michael Jordan, which is significant to conversation today because Razaro Toba Nchingwa out Tomile, Monal Genichelo Asri Didiri last year or Palachiko Didira, or just generally in life. Our consequences is into because no matter when our good enough or climb our consequences into as a tiller with certain a failure and I'm plangy. But before later, because I was back to getting 9. It's in an end. What's on your mind?
What's on your mind that's gore ke mo ile gore nna lona revelation ka le tso ile gore dia direge e bathong so etho last week
monna sad news. In fact that's the king ya ke di bolla nne ya kwatisha tabi
no ya kwatisha I'm not gonna say it's foolish but it is. I'm sorry ka tsa gore I'm live on TV but lo tsene dira so this boy o ile ko shopping ya Pakistan
wa 14 years
apparently ake sure story ke se thing but ba re nailo tshwarang kunzi le Pakistan le be le mthuni but you invading my property.
A 14-year-old o ile tshwarang kunzi ko shopping Ushiu.
A 14-year-old but
midnight
ba mothunya so ka fela ya kwatho ke ge ba
qala ba kwatetse gore ba thuntse ngwana 14 years ba kwatetse gore ngwana o thuntshitse ke ma Pakistan
mo wa ke tse botse mara I think ba kwatetse gore ma Pakistan a thuntse ngwana o go botsa ba tsena
it sounds like that's why ba lotha shop to ma Pakistan. I think nnete ke gore ba lotha because ngwana o thuntse ke Pakistan if ngebele anybody else ne ba tora ke ngwana fela na o tsa ke tsotsi o mmolai.
Okay, but let's say for example I think it's go deep to Orlando Pinville le kana kae
exactly
why affect ba bangwe ba maphatsa ke ge ba escorta ba tswa dithunya dilla batho ba se batho ba ntlasitse bo koko ba romela bana ba bona ka di plastic gore ba ilo tšea di grocery
imagine
so ntlhale so ne maration a ntle deal.
Alright, dikubise ke mntasika into bana what's on your mind nantoni na ufuna uthetha ngayo wena kukhona email in fact esinayo apha it's very sad for me to say I have been denied NFSA's bursary and autocue was stuck. Katarina.
Alright, Lucas Stone or
masisaba nekola.
Puseleto.
Hello. Puseleto.
Hello.
Hey, did you phone this today?
Puseleto.
What's leg?
Hello.
Okay.
Puseleto.
It's sharp.
Yeah.
Oh, don't now.
Yeah, ke utlwa.
Okay. Thank you. Well, Nanikinya Kakolebo happened, like Lena guys for doing this a wonderful job and for everything. But now I make sure that I get to her early in the morning, do all my chores, come home, then at 11 o'clock, then can just wait. The new topic start. It's so encouraging and direct now because it involves young people, we learn from it. So, Nikinyaka Koleboha for such wonderful contribution towards the younger South Africans and big ups to you guys. Kelrata so much and I wish we will grow more and more.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Pusile Zoka.
Okay.
All right, Msibi Kotogoza.
Hello, Njani.
Sepela kunjani?
Ngiyaphila. Ash, mina ngikhalanye lena kusho ukuthi Home Affairs yase-Albertine ngayenza i-ID maybe last year February. Angikhonanga uku-apply esikolweni angikhonanga ngenza next ngimele yona that ID and ubuhlungu ngaze ngayibhadalene ngiyibhadalene.
Msibi usasekhona?
Yebo ngikhona.
Okay, Pindale, the last part of issue, askuzwa kahle yazi.
Ngithi mina yo ngikhala nge Department of Home Affairs yase-Albertine.
Yeah.
Aish, nga-apply maybe boku last year February. Ngaze ngayibhadala nokuyibhadala i-ID yami. Kodwa ngingakayitholi namanje.
Okay. Yes, it's just that it said, especially some departments of Home Affairs. I mean, I always say, I hope, I wish, in fact, Umama wethu uNkosazana Zuma was still the minister at the time, because we knew that ngelasa say minister, all the Home Affairs departments were working smoothly. So the only thing I can only say, good luck to you, whatever you applied, and mhlambe uzoyithola eventually. Siyabonga Msibiyezwa. All right. Email Wheeler, okay. It's very sad for me to say I have been denied NFSA's bursary at UJ only because I'm an average student. Looking at my circumstances, I qualify for NFSA's because I cannot afford any higher education fees. South Africa needs to give average students a break, and it's so true.
Yeah.
And even the sad thing is, some of the students have fake signatures.
Good, which is wrong. I'll
okay, fine. NFSA, why was I checking the application? Because understand that someone if you go for me the lower food, affidavit come up with this. Yes. So signature affidavit signature go for Morelli Satwan. Obvious.
Or Lina Kaples, Marna Salga Human, Kitana Unis, Nago appear before I dropped out. Yeah. All right, to Tolano, or how can we solve this problem? Yoguti or teacher a colony, a teacher a colony. Belungu bashela ingane ukuthi wena ngeke uphase ngokuthina futhi sesiqale nokuakha esinye isikolo
yo
Kicolana. And then Lucas Lono, or lack of seed funding for startup businesses, all those financial institutions complicate applications. I want you guys to talk about this problem on the show.
Yeah.
Mara right about process ya apply a business. If you want to business proposal, or maybe what's a business proposal. I think we should have this topic actually.
No, we should.
Apply la funding,
business without funding.
Yeah.
Great ideas, but no funding. You can't do it without the funding.
All right, tomorrow Papa with dealing with failure. Si shoot.
You must accept it first. Before in
Get ready. We're gonna put on quite a show.
SABC, official broadcaster of Africa Cup of Nations 2015.
All right, we're shifting one issue today. Mang le mang bophelong goes through it. That's why mang le mang ga ba successful, but go be successful. Hona le mo tlo fita ngwana mo ile gore wa faila o zame ga bedi. One of the most important things re ka di dira bele ka motho tse ba gore ge o thoma something se seswa or o itwa ka ra comfort zone o dira something se seswa, you are bound to fail one way or the other. O ba lucky ge le re mkhomongwe o gona re sa mathombo o gone go khumana and ke tobele gore mang le mang o ba lena bophelong, but question ke gore ga o fail o dira ka ena bya
stand up, wait try again. Yeah. I get what's on your good young when I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me be weird. As I did.
Yeah.
Think of, in fact, before you did something, I actually look forward to doing that thing.
Yeah.
And I actually look forward to learning the mistakes done too.
And then I'll fail out young.
I look forward to the lessons.
Yeah.
Something everything is very simple, easy.
And you learn something from that.
Yeah.
What's all okay? The last time we did so see so.
Either we are going to lose on every yes. Ukumlegem does again to Banaga's phone and now Apokoyo, Condobana, Utilan, Janin and a failure Yako, 083 913 3720 or SMS 3720 shift at SABC. That's your email because it's social media Makala shift on SABC on Kuzo Zonke, Ubakalele Patke, into Baliklinto Bana, when not Claudio a failure, Upuman Janiculo Meko, Ofele Kuyo, and Ukubekele Pambilo, whereas Abanyabantu, Abaquasm to our failure, Carbon Comachas, Bulalam now, I ain't Glendo. And Citilang is different. Before Cholapil, in fact, when I lay a silhouette picture to one of Michael, and I guess it from Michelle Hang, precisely image identity because Oriana co family banana black sheep, that's why Mupilong Wafila, Unana Renassi because family come what Lanka, so Michelle Hang just for more protected. That's why I put the face I was my god. Bang barna.
All right, what to make Mashudu?
Linda.
All right.
Nende on dumbra fange.
What's the rato? How before after show ko pompe tlhatseng. Ne? Madam ka tsona mos. Wa para size mang? 3. I'm 6.
It might not be.
I'm 6. Tsona ne? O sha put. We keep le kamne. Why ihlala la vele kamne style?
So mangithi man ukusikhombisa ngiyasiqhenya ngene lezo my African hair.
Yeah,
yiyo hlezi lihleli la.
Oh, so ufuna ukuthi metha kahlangene then.
Mangikhamuka balebone.
All right.
Mara qola kanti le kamera awuyifaki uba une African nkulu njengo Pitch Black Africa.
Hayi.
Okay. All right. Lebohang.
Hi.
Who jwang sweetheart?
Yaphila wena?
Untsulo sharp kada?
Hayi ke strong.
Strong ne?
Yeah.
Later I saw cheese.
So slow.
All right. Before siqhubeke ke mntu sika into izikhathi nethu namhlanje nansi into isiqobi nje kakho ukhabule kodwa ungafinqi.
I actually think failure for me, it's actually quite a good stepping stone into something good. Actually, that's what I think, and that's how I deal with failure.
As long as I try something else, ekugcineni uza-achieve.
Ukuqhubeka phambili, you must accept it first. Nokuyivumela uba hayi ndifeyilishile before uqhubeke ngempilo yakho.
Akuyonto ilula man, but funeka uzixelele uba ndenzela mna isiqu sami ndibuild a future ebetter for mna. So abantu akuncedi uba umamele abantu ubani uthini ebegqibeleni loo nto iza kuhlalisa phansi ungaqhubeki ngobomi bakho.
And ubona uri batho bana le di ideas tse different rona bona ba dile ban le failure. In fact some thomo batho nga ba tsere failure ke. Yeah, bana re failure ke go failure bophelo.
Yeah. How fail fela 3 times.
Go failure ka wena.
Kanti kumele ubheka ama challenges ukuthi okay, benga grade 11 ngayifaila ka 3. Yini inkinga? Maybe awuzwi kahle classini or you need
or maybe uyadlala classini.
Or maybe uyadlala classini.
Yeah.
Yabo?
In fact, are define into ba failure awusifana. Hari work failure, ri work eng se classini.
You know, failure is a concept a lot of people. Harry, like you were saying, Harry understand or where does it emanate from? So let's start. It's divided into 2 segments.
Right.
Number 1, you have attempted to do something. You are unsuccessful. Which means you don't goal.
Yes.
I've got a hope, I've got a dream, I'm going somewhere. Unfortunately, the step is already bailing that goal. That's the first part. You are judging yourself and saying, I didn't reach that goal. Then it means I'm a failure. That's where you start labeling yourself. The other sphere, I'm worried, that goal. I involved other people. And then there are also judges of my journey towards my goal. So failure in a nutshell, get that unsuccessful attempt. Failure, inability to reach that goal.
And the sort of motho are ibile go higher about something bari. But
precisely.
But so immediately house I told until kana go already worried to batho batari.
Precisely.
Tolani asikhulume ngesitory sakho wena uthi ucanga ukuthi ufele ifamily yakho.
Engakusho sisiwami ukuthi I was studying ngisemajuba doing my level 3, and then what happened is that ubaba muke wagula kwangaphatheka kahle, and even if my parents want me to continue, but I could feel because ngina siblings akhula emva kwami, I could feel ukuthi mina I can't continue ngibe sesikoleni because they bangifakela imali la ngikhona, so I can't continue school and I have to go back home ukuthi nami ngithola umsebenzi ukuze ngilekelele ubaba to do something. Of whereby if ngifunda mina ngiqhubeka nokufunda, it's like mina ngibabuyisela emuva actually, because la mangiqhubeka ngifunda, end of the month I would need imali yokurent endlini, and by the time ubaba kokhipimela khipha imali or someone ekhaya khipha imali anike mina, and by the time mayikhipha leyo mali kune situation ezovela of akekho une state esihle, and then if le mali asayidinga isekho kimi ngale ngathi oh my, let me just go back home ngihlale phansi and find a work. Maybe after 12 umsebenzi I'll continue studying, but well I know ukuthi at least mangasebenza have something ukulekelela ubaba in a hand ukuthi ukwazi ukukhulisa, maybe for instance ngithi ingane zasekhaya, maybe from there ngizobona ukuthi ke asekungcono into ukuthi ngaqhubeka.
So uyeke isikolo use college?
Yeah, I'm in college. Matriculated in 2011, then I go to college.
Also i-reason yakho ukuyekela isikolo bokuthi ufuna ukusupport ifamily instead of uthathe imali endlini.
Like my reason was ukuthi
Mara I understand ke. I understand ufaile ifamily kanjani, because it sounds to me like uthathe i-decision ukuthi yazen ithi ngcono ngibuyele ekhaya ngiyosiza ekhaya because the situation is so ufaile ifamily kanjani.
Like kwami mangayibeka kanje kahle kahle ngisho ukuthi khona ukuthi abantu bayathanda ukuthi ufunde but when isimo kuso you could feel ukuthi akuvumi ukuthi ufunde yebo because I could see nami ukuthi even ngabuya esikoleni my results won't be like abe in a way abangazi ngakhona just because at all times uyicabanga le situation if even if ungakumtshela umzali ukuthi if ngingekho mina ngicabanga lo but if ngisekhaya you know everything iba right.
But akhona ukuthi ukhulume nabazali bakho ukuthi guys the reason why ngizoyeka isikolo manje is because of ngifuna ukunceda thina nina endlini.
So I'm responsible difficult ukuthi ngakhuluma nawo.
Yeah. So batheni ke mama kubona uyeka isikolo usebenza?
No, for now I haven't find a job actually, but they're not supporting what I'm doing. They're not. They're trying by all means ukuthi ngiqhubeke nokufunda because they want me to study. You know, they're trying by all means ukuthi ngiqhubeke nokufunda. Offer by say situation engavumi ukuthi ngifunde. Yes.
Umashudu, wena uri failure is part of life, ne? And we tutile seo. Ora bang.
Arali ranga to sedza ubalelwa ha muthu azwambi zori uchidela kana hango thanya kana hango talifa. Vunji ha vhathu they say this person well obaleliwe and angasive you know the challenge there ori like what she said so kwamba son ori white ya ori failure is require definer based on people ori batho ba dorimini na uri nne munne ndi dorimini so the wound which people are undergoing asia uri bo baleliwa ndiya uri what are people saying in simpler terms if arali ndongwala grade 12 and I'm not on the paper the challenge that I have
paper that is,
the challenge is not I'm not on the paper anymore the challenge is what are they going to say badorimini khona nitsanga hunenda dzula hone vava chidiva zori you know ndando talipa you know library you know ndandichi you know I was dedicated mara as soon as that clicks uri ndo baleliwa then now I had to find a solution ndilingezori ndingatozwiitisana uri ndikono kunda heyo situation yanga zwine zwi challenge vhathu vanji others they end up thinking committing suicide vamwe vatomo ujena kazi drugs vamwe vajena kazi ngopambana ngauri when that clicks into the mind what the world is saying mashudu ndi
and sometimes it's pressure from kaba baby where I mean uri adori
Mwana ko next week ine se khone go ra pass matric no palla ke eng
exactly
and then bas understand the problem ya gago Lebza o sharp lwena ore mo lifeng feel ka re o faitsi ibile le ko ntlung se ba o bitsa ka mabitso a re story sa gago
na I have failed not because I wanted to remember failure is like when you trip and fall again how we kwisa ka bo wena you want to get up we tinte fast so no one has to see that you fell but if someone trips you you expect that person to come back to you say sorry help me up tell me why you did what you did of which you're gonna follow that person and demand the explanations what happened to me is someone tripped me so I got stuck ke batla revenge I got stuck in Salamra, just making sure that this person has to pay.
Oh, Sister Juan.
Okay. What happened is my mom died 1998. After my mom's death, I moved, got some relatives, I became raped. Understand?
Okay.
So after being raped, next understand the
rape
yes.
You're not extended family
yes
okay
so next understand next say to rape in first things first you have to understand that if you go back to my primary school teachers and my middle school teachers I don't have my degree at this point they'll be surprised because I was doing so well until I learned what happened to me and then when I learned what happened to me, I wanted the person to pay. I just stopped my life to make sure that this person has to fail. But one of the mistakes that I want to see him doing this, I want to see him doing that. By so doing, I forgot my own life. I forgot to focus on what I wanted most. You understand? I just wanted to make sure that the mistakes are high and then make sure he's going nowhere. I just, if God won't make him pay, the universe has to. You understand? Kana ko e what the full away. Time wasted never gain. I wasted too much of my life. And remember, we all need a shoulder to lean on. Unfortunately for me, I never received any counseling. I just kidding. The wound never stopped bleeding. I just covered it up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Retablela some more. How did you manage to cope? Because like over Lara hasn't go get counseling, I get professional counseling.
All right, Tareko Southern Western Township hello ko Randu.
Hello, sisters.
Minjani?
Ngiyaphila.
Oh, nami ngiyaphila.
Rando, vale volume. That's why usizwa kai 2. Vale volume sizokuzwa kahle.
Okay.
Yeah, ngispeed nje une remote angithi.
Yeah, ngilale.
Okay.
Okay, Randu. Ufuna ungitshelani?
Oh, last year empilweni yami ngibengafeyila. Beyisuka into bengiyenza for umphakathi. Umphakathi waseBrantisha ubangenza ukuthi ngisabe ukwenza into engiyenzayo. But into eyangijabulisa ukuthi ngibengabona ukuthi uNkulunkulu ungithanda kangakanani. Ukuthi ngibe focused kakhulu into engiyenzayo nalezinto okuwukuthi bezizimbi ngizekele because bengumuntu open kakhulu end up sengibhema ngagcina sengilona sengiluza ithemba beyisuka into le bengiyenza but into ejabulisayo manje ukuthi amaphupho wami azange aphele emqondweni wami angizange ngilona ngisabe nokuthi ngenze lento le okuwukuthi uNkulunkulu ngiphe yona. Into esisile ukuthi even if labantwana laba bengibajayivisa babezahamba into ejabulisile ukuthi ngibengaqhubeka ngabanye abantwana abangaphandle ngalo ngayenza lento le uNkulunkulu angiphe yona namanje ngisaqhubeka and ngiyazi ukuthi ngiyaphambili.
Ranzo siyabonga sisine. Ngiyabonga.
Okay, in fact usesilerato I know gives nyamana busy uzokuphendula uzokhomenta mase sibuye breaking sesiyoqhubeka sikhulume ngendaba ukuthi na indaba ye failure after si understand ukuthi kahle kahle failure yini sithila kanjani nayo because yazi abantu abaningi bayahluleka emhlabeni not because abakwazi ukwenza izinto but because bona bayitshela ukuthi yazini mina lokho angeke ngikwenze because abantu bathi bazokhuluma kabi as mase wenzile ube successful bazokhuluma still so yenzela wena ilife yakho siyabuya.
Get up, make a better future for yourself. And after failing with mistakes, then you improve your mistakes. Yes, but yeah, so then you can fix that and be a better person.
SABC, official broadcaster of Africa Cup of Nations 2015.
I think there's more to be done than not dealing with failure because the more you think you are failing, the more kuhamba isikhathi ongasebenzisa ukuze usuke kuleso stage sokufail.
Angicabanga ukuthi i-final kulapho bebathi I think mangifeyilile ngigive up in. No, it's not final. But kwamele ulandelela until achieve.
Yeah, to put it in simple terms, like you grow stronger and stronger. So if failure, just ithathe njengento natural, njengento vele kumele wonke umuntu adlule kuyona.
Get up, make a better future for yourself. And after failing with mistakes, then uyakwazi improve mistakes. Yes, ba ekuqaleni bendibhude apha. Yeah, so then you can fix that and be a better person.
Or learn from Hoa. You failed, that's how you started to grow. And then when so but if you want to go somewhere, you need to fight to get there.
If you want to go somewhere, you need to fight to get there. Which one of the voices Moodibox Pop sing, but it depends who understand that failing king now, understand that how will it utukhena. Nalike stains of his uncle no Moses. Okay, Marin. Sharp. Moses knows for about 3 years, but it's okay Spanilone.
For 3 years, yes.
Yeah, Radabola Cohuena. Aslan Ranzo. Caller before the break.
When you listen to Ranzo and what is she saying? Can I dream? I wanted to have my own little club in my community. I wanted to gather kids and make them dance. But there were voices, the judgment voices from our definition. There were voices that say, no, how is you jive? No, you can't do this. So once you start listening to that, that's where it came about, where she almost gave up on her dream. But now here's the challenge with Ranzo. Ranzo now opted to say, I'm going to start smoking. That's what she tells us. Which means she was now trying to cope with this failure, we put it in bracket as we put it. Now Ranzo is adopting incorrect coping mechanisms in order to deal with these voices that are shouting, the judges that are out there towards her achieving her own goal. Now, because she started, I remember these voices, she's now unable to focus. Remember I said earlier on, to reach a goal, we need to put objectives, steps, so we get there. Now, because somebody says, it doesn't necessarily mean it is. So from Ranzo's point, it's the issue where is Ranzo consulting? Who is Ranzo listening to? Are you only listening to the negative voices? Who's Ranzo's mentor? Ke counselor ya Ranzo? Does she use the facilities in her community to be able to give her strength? Where does she go when she needs to know what is the next step? Because it's nice to dream, but if usina a proper support system and you don't listen to the positive voices, only listen to the negative voices, you are bound to say, let me leave Tlazamacha.
All right, Areko Eastern Cape, hello, ko Samgelo. Samgelo?
Molo,
yeah, but kunjani put?
Strong sis. Ukuthetha ngale nto le, ngithetha ngayo namhlanje.
Yeah.
Uyazi nami ngike ngadlula kwi-situation le ngithetha ngayo. Yazi ngithetha ngayo namhlanje it's very, very, very serious. Mina bengibhema ama-drugs ngifunda isikole, I was bright esikolweni. Ngifunda kwesinye isikole apha eMathatheni. Ipolitiki lami wena sibengilahlela izandla nje. But today, you won't believe ngiyasebenza kwa-Sunrise. Like i-drugs ndaziyeka sisi. Ngoku ngiyabhema ukubhema i-load raw, not i-drugs. Ngayeka nsangu, ngayeka i-cocaine, bemizeni i-cocaine wena sisi. Xelele. Umama wami ngilahlela izandla like engasazi ukuthi ezecuni nangami. But today, ngiyasebenza eGauteng kwa-Sunrise. Ngifuna ukuxelela abantu nje, especially abaningana nami ukuthi bangalahli izandla. Life ayiphile lapha, akho umuntu ofeyilayo elifini.
And what decided ngokwakho Samkelo ukuthi uzoqhubeka ngelife yakho angithi?
Andiva.
Ndithi was decided ngokwakho into bana ilife yakho isezandleni zakho, therefore uzawuqhubeka.
You must stand up. Don't be a coward.
Okay.
Stand up. Akho umuntu ofeyilayo elifini but Aaron, ndaxelela ke.
Enkosi kakhulu Samkelo ba.
Okay, Paul.
All right, all the best, all the best.
Osrato, ko Samgelo.
I think Samgelo is right. Mara, let's look at it. It's easy, Hore. No one fails in life when you are not in that situation right now. Your current. It's easy for all of us to say, when I failed, I simply stand up, and then I move forward.
But don't think also can fail. Do you have those people?
No, everybody fails.
Unfortunately, the process from day one. But now we also need to acknowledge, when I failed, I am also going through the steps, grieving my failure. It could have been a small goal or a big goal, but I'm going to first start blaming, looking at, because people said, I'm going to deny it, I'm going to be angry about it, I'm going to withdraw from the, from the people that I was, dreaming with, or just withdraw from society at large. But ultimately, you are hit by depression, you are hit by stress, you don't even know how to go forward. But until the time you accept the process, I say, and I move forward. The process, and it's not easy for everybody. Today I can say, guys, it's easy. We can give all the theory about failing, but we need to acknowledge the fact that there is a process that goes on, and sometimes once I've accepted, it hits you again, and you back to. Hence, I want to emphasize on the issue. We need proper support. You need proper counseling. You need to have some form of support and mentorship, or somewhere you look forward to. Where you're going to get that inspiration.
Moses, when I obviously no sabereke for 3 years, and obviously in the 3 years, family nkulu na nemanagana failure and all that, this stress and depression ka ofela. Ke batla o khonne go deal young with that situation until you get a span no.
Okay. After ke na unemployed for 3 years, ke palla ko ya university, ke palla ko ya colleging, ka simolla go rapela. That was last year. From January ke rapela until June when I got a job. Ha ke rapela sala ka nna le wisdom. ka kopa modimo botlhale because I believe with wisdom we can achieve anything. And modimo a mfa botlhale a re bona. On your left hand you've got failure written with capital letters, and mo letsogong la gago la moja you've got success written with capital letters. You are not a failure because you've been failing for 15 years. Failure lives within you and success lives within you. You've got confidence within you, you've got self-esteem within you, you've got everything that you need within you. For 3 years, confidence, self-esteem, belief. But after Mudimo Amponsali said, Katoma will everything because I realized fela tiro and it looks batlang nele tiro nana is not on like confidence and all of those things. And I realized everything that I have need is within me. And who am I not to have everything? Because everything is within me.
Yeah.
And I started believing that. And then I went out with that idea where I am confident no matter what. And nothing will ever bring me down. And then and I went out with that attitude. And I only asked one thing. I asked a job and I got it. Because I had everything.
Kamogelo Tamani ko Facebook ore, yes, I can deal with failure. I failed my grade 10 3 times, but I continued and finally got my matric in 2013. Applied for university last year, got accepted, go to UT to study logistics. I was supposed to have gone for my registration in 2019, but unfortunately I couldn't get the necessary bursary. After all, failure stands for first attempt in learning.
First attempt in learning, which is so true, yeah. Lebohang.
Hi.
So whenever go family over faith eventually, like how level is situation now?
Give faith because a lot was expected from me, especially from my sisters. Since Ritwarana, I got distracted. I became disrespectful towards Bona. Like neki kinsa enga yaka, but go batung baba wrong. Understand? I wouldn't listen to them. Lahaba bulela. I'll just say, batumile hab. You understand? And I felt hori. They are too selfish. Understand? So by so doing,
blame or selfish?
No, actually I'm not blaming anyone. It's too late to blame. Who blame ana? It's time I take control of my life. I can't it's just that stage is who face a reality or this happened and there's nothing I can do about it. I get who selfish in a face. All this is.
Yeah. Okay. And then Mashudu. Yeah. So eventually, like for just in simple terms, advice how you cover effing to somebody like us to yes, that's yourself up and continue. But kids define these steps, like a simple thing, you know, somebody watching today, I got okay, this is how I'm gonna shift my mindset.
The first thing, accept. Tanganeza Zore, I have failed. It's a challenge if you fail to accept that you have failed. Ngauri Asuri.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, that's the first step. Once you accept that, yeah, I have failed, then you can able to deal with it. Ngauri, if you have pride over your failure, it will deprive you from becoming a better person or becoming a better you. Ningasiwe wakwine arali nisingotanganeza zori ya ndovaisara. And abadoramba so novaisara ngamanda. So siyamba zori nitovua ngamanda. So the second thing, dichauri, you have to try again. Trying again, not in a point ya ore. If from point A to point B you fall into the pit, then you have to repeat the very same thing. No. Why don't you try A, B, C?
So ni Agriana France ka Facebook actually we need to accept that we cannot change. Let determination be vehicle to drive you to your destination. Remove on ka life. Only God knows only God knows your plans.
What I find interesting to Mashutikore, if we move from one point to the other, from point A to point B, don't go back to point A and go to point B again, because it's the same route.
Yeah.
So try again differently.
Got you. Techniques.
Ore tapelo ke yona e creating failure. O tshojwang?
No, tapelo ga e create failure.
All right.
After praying, I then became wise. Kana le wisdom.
Yeah.
Wisdom into the, because with wisdom, I realized I need everything. Mara everything ga iko bathong ba bang. Everything imona. It starts with me. When you look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am confident and I am beautiful and I'm going to succeed.
Yeah.
And then you go out with that attitude. But and then you ask only one thing and then you get it.
Polan, ulaf yakubek.
Yeah. Cool.
When wakubek kanjani life manje?
But so far, I'm an artist. I do poetry. That's where I get some little things. But what I've seen, firstly, I have to admit, I'm in a situation in Gion and I can't change that. So after that, I had to pray. Because each and every time we do believe we are given an opportunity, what we speak, Unkulunkulu gave us a permission, what you speak shall happen. So if I ask Unkulunkulu, I admit or I've failed and I'm moving forward with it. That's how things happen. It's all about from engwenzile and it don't happen again. We has when up. So far I've got plans and as in future I'm gonna be the person in Facebook despite I face the situation in Gion, but I know that I'm gonna gain the thing
One thing engiaziyo for sure, and this is one thing that I always tell some of my friends ukuthi, if ever ufuna ukwenza something in life and ufuna ukwenza the way mina ngenze ngakhona, you might not succeed. Because ukhumule mina ngenze ngendlela yami. Wena unendlela yakho uyenza ngendlela yakho uzoba successful ngendlela yakho kweyakho iray. You understand? So how to summarize the important points ke gore somebody who lebeletse shift right now o nagana re o faitsi. Ga se gone tswela pele ko life-eng.
Aaron, I would say the theme that has been coming out very strongly is religion right now. Before I even answer your question, I prayed. I trusted in God. But we know there's another side of things where I believe in ancestors. I've consulted my ancestors. I've visited my grandma, my mothers, my so forth, the grave. That's why I'm seeing what I'm seeing. But we also have this tendency of thinking, now that I've prayed, here comes the blessings.
Exactly.
Without us actually understanding that, first I said, we need a support system. The church, your belief system, your faith, your mentors,
you also need to work hard.
They are all your support. They are on the sides. But you are the person who has got that goal. You are the one who's taking that path to reach that particular goal that you've set. So those things, when things don't go right, you can't go back and say, I blame, I can't go to church, I blame this, I can't consult my ancestors, depending on what you believe. It's you again that needs to track yourself.
It's your decision.
Lebza, in closing, fellow Karen, what's your way forward? From Mokutlezakala?
From here, I'm taking control of my life. I can't change my past. I can turn my lemon into a lemonade. It's up to me. I've always had a dream, Yahoo teacher. It's a rural area. So most of the kids are grandparents, of which they don't understand what is rape. And then into a community, so you can teach me self-defense, but you can't teach a 2-year-old self-defense. So I think it's time to teach the grandparents what to look at. The science and stuff. Because I feel it takes a community to raise a child. I get it. So I feel it's everyone's responsibility to look after the kids. No one noticed that I was raped until I said something about it.
Until you broke the silence. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you ever so much. Okay, all right, do you know or do you understand how to deal with failure? At 97% 80 years, and I hope really the 97% know how to deal with failure, and only 3% they say no. I suppose 3% but I hope after the show namhlanje sikwazi lokunceda bana uzokwazi uphuma into bana ekugqibeleni into engaphakathi kuwe ungumntu emnye nomnye bawuthini yendaba yabo bojonga khona i-powerful term esixhosa endithandayo uba ngaba umuntu uthi kuwe hamba ntweni kwayenza kanti hey hayi ke like kubone hey yakho leyo bebe yakho ilive mthatha all right Sham
qonani yeah asishayeke ngiphe
okay hamba ngiyimbewu yesibeletho sowesifazane okhisha inyumbazane waphilisa kwenyamazane ngobe inyumba ngizalele phezu kweziba senhlupheko bengiziba noma ngibabiza phezu kwedola lokuphila mina ngifana nenhlabathi yethuna yona engakhethi ibala ngehluleke noma ngithi ngiyabala amaphupha amavela aphelele obala mina ngimbe uyobumba umdala ibumba ngokuphefumulela kodwa kwamhlaba bayikhafulela ngifana nembali esogwadulo mpandezayo zihlezi imfimfa amanzi ngifana nembali esogwadulo mpandezayo zihlezi imfimfa amanzi mina ngiyehlile lafika esibelethweni sowesifazane seliqalekisiwe ingakho emhlabeni bebheka isikhubekiso khumbula mina sengaphila ngokusithukusa ngibheka ukusa emathumbe eshukuqedana esikana ngenxa yendlala ngikhuleke ngibheka ongaphezulu kube ngathi akangiphenduli kungani wami umdala engangiphenduli kodwa ngikhumbule washo wena wathi soze avumula unyama ulishelele bese ngiyakhumbula ukuba mina ngifana nembali esogwadule ompandezayo zihlezi imfimfa amanzi.
Okay, siya breaking with that.
All 32 games live on SABC.
On 4 TV channels and 19 radio stations.
Ralamagala go tswa papatjong ke nako la skiphani nazi ke kula kwesikhulukhana ngezinto ezenzakalayo in and around South Africa namhlanje ke sino boot time uzositshela ngeMr South Africa which is taking place this coming Wednesday. Boot Tammy?
Sis kunjani?
All right.
Sharp.
Asikhulume ngeMr South Africa yini?
Mr South Africa ngingathi uhlelo umncintiswano uhlelo enzeka unyaka wonke. So what happens is that insizwa zingena online ziapply bese siyaba shortlista to the top 50 bese iqala lapho uhlelo mangabe lenzeka what they do is they go out to trauma communities by educate abantu ngama causes that are dear to them benza ama motivational speaking benza ama fundraising for ilokhunjani J9 Foundation which is the designated charity for this year for Mr South Africa.
Oh, so they go through all the top 15 yenza konke lokho kunyaka lo until by your crown.
Until by your crown.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So mabe crown knowing very well ukuthi out of all the program ayenzile this year ubani okumele deserve.
So basically what happens in top 50 ko wonke lama challenges esibanikeza wona umsebenzi abawenza emphakathini silokho sibehlisa kancane so ngomhla on Wednesday this Wednesday Cradle of Humankind engadini so bekukhona top 12 la kuzobe kukhona the crowning ceremony la kuzobe khona sesikhetha khona South Africa wa 2014-2015.
Ubani hostayo se available?
Yes.
Might as well get a gift.
Send you late. Next year. I'll take your details. Basically for Mr South Africa, as long as you are a South African citizen, you are a male between the ages of 21 and 33 by the 1st of January in the year of the pageant. Right. You must have a matric certificate.
I'm a contestant.
He's my neighbor in Midrand.
That's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Cool. So as long as you have matric and upwards, you can be married, you can have children, you cannot have children. No, as we don't discriminate against anyone as long as you fall within the right age group. You can be gay, you can be straight, you can be whatever, as long as you're South African, 21 to 33.
Oh, nice. So if I know Miss SA, you can't have a child, you can't be married, this and that.
No, you know what? The core messaging here, Mr. South Africa, is we're looking for not a male model but a role model. So we want a man of honor. We want umuntu wesilisa ozophuma afundise abanye abantwana abancane abasakhula bafana ukuthi kube indoda yini ukuthi men don't abuse children.
In how many years run?
So yasungulwa ngo-1982 uYan Malan. It's changed ownership for a couple of years. Yathengwa uRuti Baka in 2012. And he's been the owner of the pageant since.
Mina ngizokutshela namanje ukuthi my favorite Mr SA of all time, in fact, is one Mr SA ngikhumbula two, but Paul Pume. Remember Paul Pume?
Yes.
I was still in high school.
I loved Paul, but Michael Moll remains my favorite.
Dr. Michael Moll, of course.
You're different kanjani this year from the rest?
So basically what it always has been is, and you and I had a discussion about what a pageant is earlier on. Mr. South Africa has always been about the crowning. This year, Stasi Tate, molded this man of honor as Klumangai. As I simbone, simise kuma communities, sibone utama challenges wenza kanjani. As begin pilo yake, spegu ukuthi does this man lead a lifestyle that abantu abakhulayo ingane ifufusayo ezingafunda yini kuso. So what's different this year is that we did a reality series as well, which is on the Mr. SA website, www.mrsa.co.za,
Okay.
or you can go on to their website, to their YouTube channel, where you can watch this. So there's a series where
Get
the
to know
guys
them better.
get to know them better, they go through the challenges, etc., etc., etc.
Does the public get to vote? Like we just showed all the 12 finalists
yeah.
now. Abantu bakwazi ukuvotela abantu
No, unfortunately, with Mr. South Africa, no, Asrop, you know what? It would be easy if it was just a contest that happened over a couple of months.
Right.
But it's a
I see,
year-long program. So we have 4 designated judges who, obviously, there's an auditing firm that's involved, and they mark scores as the year goes along.
Which makes sense because then they understand. Bayabazi labantu vele vele,
Bayabazi, in and
after
out,
spending
yeah.
time for the whole year.
Esibethe ngifuna ukubuza nani futhi indaba yebhodi.
Yeah.
Kumele ube
Look, here's the thing, ne? We're looking for a role model, remember, not a model man. So,
Right.
yes, you have to be a healthy man because that's being a role model, that you're leading a healthy, active lifestyle, and that's a role model to young people.
But what's healthy? Because ngaba nomzimba
What we're saying is that we're not saying you must necessarily have a six-pack, but we must be able to tell you you're athletic, you take care of yourself.
But it's nice if you have.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand.
All
Not
right.
saying you should have a six-pack, but it's nice if you have it.
Yeah, but it's not the 90% criteria.
50 chances.
50 chances.
Yeah. So Manja, where's the is the public invited or
So basically, unfortunately, amatikiti are now sold out. The event is happening at a glittering event in Ngadini, a cradle of humankind, this coming Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
All right, Butam Sabongan.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right. Cela masene crown ile ke ningasikhohle nizositshela so that we can show the whole of the country ukuthi ubani othola Mr. SA.
Ngizobe ngimbambe ngesandla mina iqhobo lami.
All right, tomorrow on shift we talk about environmental crisis and you rata gore batho ba ngata ba rata complain gore mina ngina gesi mina amanzi ayingenela imvula mayena sifuna ukwazi ukuthi yini lento leyo okhosa lento leyo.
Yeah, nanokuthi yini ongayenza wena endlini to make sure because abanye abantu aba understand ukuthi global warming yini. Masikhuluma ngeglobal warming, sikhuluma ngento affectayo thina sonke daily and what we can do to save our own environment singabantu. Environmental crisis and you wena mntu ndithanda nonke emakhaya sihlaphini.
SABC, official broadcaster of Africa Cup of Nations 2015.